like, you mean snowman crab Winston? Like, no. I'm talking about snowman Wilson. Winston. Don't forget, buddy got excited in that snow game he played. Oh my God, I had me dying. I was laughing so hard. And you got flip flop Winston over there throwing the football. So I have again, guys. If you watch the last show, I got the Giants only winning 3 games. I mean, the light's bothering me, but like it glistens off of me like I'm glorious. So I don't know. It's just like I don't know. It bothers me, but then it's just like, ooh, that was a nice light on my side. I'm sorry. All right, so we are going to start with quarterbacks. Where you at? There we go. So as we have non PPR. So let's explain what these, PPR, non PPR, what these words mean, right? Points per reception, meaning you get a point every time you catch the ball. Now, it only annoys me because how is it that a receiver, like that's the only active, like that's the not a. I don't want to say because it's receiver. Like, how is it that you only get extra points because you can catch? That bothers me because there's other work done on the field. Like, I wish I could change it on the fantasy app to make quarterbacks get 1 point for every 5 consecutive passes that they make. That's awesome. Like, because that's consistency. Why you got bonuses if a quarterback throws for over 300 yards? You can give a bonus for that. So why can't I give a bonus for this man's consistency and actually connecting with a receiver? Like, that kind of bogus. But yeah, I was able to help out running backs, right? Running backs do a little work. They got to carry the ball. Now, I'm not going to give you a whole point for a carry. Half of y'all running backs can't carry past the line of scrimmage, which is horrible. So no, I'm not going to do that. Half a point for your work, for your little work. I like that. You know what I mean? Help. I like points. I'm a person of points. If you want to, I like high scoring stuff. You know what I mean? So anywhere where I can officially add points to something where it doesn't make the game look too cheeky and cheesy, I'm gonna do it. So all right, I'm back. So sorry about that. I lost power. Like the power just went out real quick. It's back on, but I'm using my. I'm so glad cell phones got hotspots. But we back. We're back. Sorry about that. Dang, that sucked. Hopefully you guys come. My viewers get back. Let me make sure I got everything. One second. That was weird. Okay, so hopefully the internet comes back. But I got hotspot. So I'm back. We're back. All right. So luckily we didn't get into anything too important when that happened. Oh my gosh. All right. So let us get back to it. So we are position ranking. What was I speaking? We were speaking terms. So PPR, what does that mean? Points per reception, and how I give points for running back, half a point for a running back. So what does that mean? you have 3 different categories when you play fantasy football, right? You have non-PPR, which is there is no points for reception, meaning it's hard, raw, just direct stat line points, meaning what is, points work for every 10 yards, you get 1 point. So if a running back runs for 40 yards, he has 4 points. All right. If that's all he did for the whole game, that's all you get for his points. You get 4 points for that running back. Where PPR comes into play is if he has those 40 yards, right? And he has 3 catches for 20 yards, right? He'll get 2 points for the 20 yards, but he'll also get 3 points for the 3 catches. So that's where PPR comes into play. So for non-PPR players, you don't get those PPR points for the catch. He can do all that, and the only thing he's going to get is whatever yards he gets plus the 6 points he gets for if they score a touchdown. All right. For PPR, non-PPR means nothing for quarterbacks. Absolutely nothing. So they're ranked like they're categorized. It won't change in any of the categories. If Lamar Jackson is number 1 or 2 in non-PPR, he's going to be the same way in PPR and half-point PPR because he's a quarterback and they don't catch the ball. they don't. If they run the ball for a half a point, they might get that if they're a runner because they carry the ball, so they'll get that half a point for a carry. So if you have Lamar Jackson and you're playing in, let's say you're playing in Coaches League, right? I don't play. I host. If you're playing in the R2L league, if you have a running quarterback, you're gonna get a half point. Okay, so that's where that kind of gets where you get a nice edge, and that's where it kind of helps you how to draft. You got you know if you know the scoring gives you a half a point for a running, right? If you got a running back here, why not get a Josh Allen as well? You see what I'm saying? Do I hate Josh Allen? Of course. Would I have Josh Allen in fantasy football? Absolutely. He's got a fantasy football. He's going to put up points. That's just what he does. All right. So for quarterbacks, half PPR, and non-PPR. Did I miss one? I think I did, but oh well. All right. So because I'm looking at the wrong one. That happens. There we go. All right. So at number 1, the number 1 ranked quarterback in fantasy football is Lamar Jackson. Obviously, fantasy football points for the year was 430 last year. I don't think he'll replicate that exact amount, no. But based off his stat lines last year, he is still going to be, for me, 1 or 2 ranked at basically drafting quarterback. I'm not telling you to take Lamar Jackson number 1 overall. Number 1 quarterback, meaning he should be the first quarterback drafted off the board. Now, what does that mean? You actually might have to draft Lamar Jackson between the first and second round if you plan on wanting to get him. Josh Allen at number 2 got a fantasy football. That's he rightfully so. I had him in fantasy. Again, he is another one that carried me. I would have won fantasy if he would have had a better year. Obviously, he had 379 fantasy points for the year, but his average was 22 a game, which is what you want in a quarterback because he was averaging, and it was actually lower than normal, and it's because he did have I think 4 or 5 games where he had between 12 and only 19 points, and then the rest between 20 and 28 points. And I think he had 1 or 2 30-point games. He normally has like 5, 6, but the year I get him, obviously, now he on. Let me not get on that. Anyway, number 3, we have Joey B. Mr. 5,000, Mr. Joe Burrow. He is your number 3 fantasy football quarterback. If you're looking to draft Joe Burrow this year with this high-powered offense, I would suggest taking Joe Burrow in the second, third round. You have to. If you're planning on, I'm not saying he's not going to replicate 5,000.